Well, hello guys. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. Welcome to what is the live draw of the brand new $4,050 3v3 Twilight Flame 50k tournament. And you did hear that correctly. But we could actually say this is actually a $5,000 tournament because for those of you not aware, there was a recent announcement that the top 96 players have been selected for the live draw today, and any players that signed up and did not make the top 96 players will get the chance to play. There will be a second tournament with an incredible additional prize pool of something in the region of $825. So that, yeah, you add that together, and my maths is not too good, but it's basically $5,000, isn't it? Which is absolutely insane for 0 hour, really. And yeah, we have to give a huge shout out to Oxygen and LK for presenting and providing us with what is going to be an absolutely massive tournament. Now, this, as I've said there, we're getting massive support from the Arabic community, and at this point, I am going to hop into a call with a good friend, Mr. Habibi General Sahil, and share my screen to him so he can also broadcast and potentially translate if needed, so that everybody is aware what is going on. And we'll start off with introducing the format, doing the live draw, going through a few rules, getting the bracket set up so we know who's playing who, and at the end of the stream I will expand a little bit more on pro rules. So I'm just joining the call now. I am going to just not turn on my camera. I'm going to share my screen. Hello, Mr. Sahil. And that should be the one. Need to... Yeah, I think, yes. Okay. Right, so we'll start off with going through the topics. So the breakdown of the prize pool. Yeah, it just feels so surreal reading this out. First prize is $2,400 for the winning team. So yeah, each player there taking away $800 if that's how you want to split it, or you know, maybe the team captains want to take 2,000 and let the 400 be split between their two allies. Second place is $1,200, and third place, so there will be a bronze match as we call it, will be for $450. Welcome Alfie to the stream, and everyone else as well, by the way. There is no delay on the stream, so I am going to try and keep my eye on the chat and any questions you guys may have as well, so feel free to talk to me. The sets, with it being 50k and Twilight Flame, the sets actually aren't the biggest, but you know, sometimes the games can be very competitive games that go on. Single games can go on for some time, so early rounds are going to be a best of 7, semi-final best of 9, and then the bronze and the grand final is going to be a marathon best of 11. CVC 50k format, as I've already said, it will be pro rules, which I will read out and expand on a little bit later, and I suggest everyone playing in this familiarises themselves with pro rules, because yeah, we're gonna basically set a, I'm gonna say, a line on the rulings here that any pro rule break is going to result in a loss. So you know, it's up to you to learn the pro rules. So I will read those out. As I said already, we've divided the players into 3 pots, and we've gone for the best 96 players into those 3 pots, and the format will be announced in due course once we have the bracket. So let's just have a quick look over pro rules, which for those that played Twilight Flame for many years, it'll be sort of almost automatic for you, but for those of you that have not played so much Twilight Flame, then let's say them for you. So firstly, Air Force Carpet Bomb is only allowed at level 3, so you know, very tempting when you hit level 2 to click that carpet and use it. That will result in a loss. Don't do that. So that's the first one. No super weapons, except for upgrades. So yeah, you're welcome to make a nuke, for example, get the neutron shells, potentially the tank upgrades if you need, and then of course you can sell it. No Stealth Comanche upgrade for the Air Force. No Auroras for any USA. No demo bikes. But as we've lifted below here, demo upgrade is allowed, but it's just no demo bikes. So again, just be aware of that. No Nuke MiG upgrade. And yeah, the bit I think people want more clarification on is what I'm going to do at the end of the stream, which is the AOD section here. So no AOD, max of 2 defenses at the oils and the base and central entrances to the base. And as I say, I'm going to hop into a game and basically draw some boxes for you guys to show you what that actually means. As I say, to me it's clear, but I appreciate that you guys might want some clarification on that. But it also means you can build defenses anywhere else and as many as you like. So, you know, don't get too scared about this max 2. What I will clarify at this point is it's max 2 per team. So don't make 2 laser pats and then tell your mate to make 2 EMPs, because that is totaling 4. It's max 2 defenses per team. You've got unlimited tunnel networks, so knock yourself out there. You can make as many as you like. And as I've just said, yeah, you can put as unlimited defenses elsewhere, but also in the enemy base. So if you want to be a rusher and a camper at the same time, then maybe you feel like building a few Patriots in your enemy's base. Final little thing before we start the draw, a few tournament do's and don'ts, the rules. So we're going for no quitting here. Every player has to stay in the game until the last building. Any contested circumstance or game dispute, so what I'm meaning by that is mismatch, disconnect, anything else, you know, pulling the plug. I'm sure there'll be some other things that pop up, but I will review the situation, and as referee we'll make a decision on that, and that will be that essentially. Toxic behaviour, just going to highlight this one, so we don't mind a little bit of banter, but anything, what we're going to say here, overstepping the mark, will receive 1 official warning, and if the behaviour persists, the player will be moved from the tournament and banned from future events supported by Oxygen ALK, which I would suggest you don't want to do, as you can see with this tournament, massive tournament. So yeah, just banter, but keep yourself in check basically. And since we have a bracket of 32 teams, we would love each round to be live cast, live replay cast, or a point of view stream as well. So I hope that is all very clear. Megatron says you can make defenses in the enemy team base. That is correct. And Dutchman says that only the first 96 will participate and the others in a tiny tournament. Well, I wouldn't call it tiny, because the total sign-ups was like 200, so it's going to be as big a tournament. And to answer your question, no, it isn't the first 96, it's what we've adjudicated as the best 96. So I recently said in the forum, we're trying to make the best balance and the highest level games possible. So yeah, the players have been put into pots based on experience, activity, game level in 50k, game level in 10k, and we've done our very best to try and place the players accordingly. And so yeah, without further ado, let's show you guys the pots. Now I'm going to briefly sort of speed run through the names here so you can see in which pot you're in, and if you made the pot, because we got a lot of teams to draw here. But this is essentially pot 1, what I'm showing here. So a quick look through. You got Big Size, Vivid, Dominator, Marika. So some some famous names to start off with there. We then come to a lot of really expert 50k players. So we have Gara, Jazza, Mez, Shadow, Bloody FF, as some of you will know as Fady, Zombies, who actually signed up as Saudi Pro, but a lot of you will know him as Zombies, HSN Leb, Hacker, Sniper, they've got the Discord names here as well, Mamo, Humanity, Afan, Mark, in brackets, Farco, Boring, Yami Sukahiro, Millard, Max, Mr. Mocha, Mr. Boyka, who just got in at the last minute, Jiraiya, Real, Peace Lover, Tobirama, Naruto, also known as Anas, Mr. Tumstep, Massacre, Bloody Legend, and Seri. So that is pot 1, and we're going to be drawing our first pot 1 very soon. Let's now move on to pot 2, just to show you guys. I'm sure you're interested. So pot 2, we have Zero, we have Tensor GG, we have Machiavelli, we have King Zero. Yeah, King Zero game, but he's known as King Zero. Reznov, GNX, Lift Truck, SBL, Rob, Staz, Moon Knight, Malik, I Was Expert, Mr. Habash, aka Wizard, aka other names which I can't repeat on stream, Kakarutu, Bodoga, Mark Luffy, aka Abu Dragram, Agent Akira, Aurora, Mr. Big Ganji, Zane, Mamuzi, Pocha, Virus, Megatron, Itachi, who signed up as Itachi Elite but known as Itachi, Algans, Ruiz, Depresso, Dabash, and Cog Weapon. A lot of very nice players in pot 2 there as well. And finally, pot 3, we have Dr. Goldfish, we have Tawny Games, we have Tommy, we have Axu, we have Artemillion, we have Exile, we have Dark 9, we have Nemirian, we have Mr. Pepsi, we have Stella, we have Brocky, we have Mr. Hun Mohammed, we have Dan Arm, who I like to call Dan Leg, but Dan Arm. We have Yusef, we have Mazen, we have Lima, Apocalypse, Biggie, Vanilla Gorilla, Vanilli? Did I just say? Vanilla Gorilla, FRS, Dark Ninja, Pogga, aka Mars. I know him as Mars, many know him as Pogga. Antipro, Abuka, Call Me Sam, Skyofall, The Game, Dutch Smurf, Jack Daniels, Relic, Odin, and finally Mr. Vanko. Doom95 says big names. Algan says Ganja should be hot 4. Yeah, so that is your top 96. If your name is not there, as I say, do not panic. You have another tournament to fight it out for, north of $800. So you will be able to play. And without further ado, I think we should start drawing the names. Hello, hello. Is that Mr. Sahil there? I think it was. Right, I'm ready to go if you guys are. So shall we draw our first name? I think so. So first name out of pot 1. Let's do it. Ooh, it's a big player. It's a big player to start off with. It is Mr. Naruto, aka Anas. So we'll remove him from this pot. He has disappeared. And we'll find out now his team. Interesting, a very good free-for-all player. Also a very solid Twilight Flame player in Megatron. So we'll remove Megatron here. I am going to just type this as I go. So Megatron is now with Anas. And now finally, let's complete this team with the pot 3 seed. And it is Dark Ninja. So actually a very, very strong opening team here. I'm sure all the players in that team will be very happy with that. So Dark Ninja joins Naruto and Megatron. Okay, that is team number 1 of 32. So let's get going back to pot 1. And the second team captain is going to be Mr. Shadow, who likes to challenge me to a 1v1 on a daily basis. Jokes aside, a very good Twilight Flame player. And he is the next player out. His team will be, firstly from pot 2. And it's going to be Mr. Mamuzi joining Shadow here. So let's just find Shadow. There he is. Mamuzi is his second player. Need to remove Mamuzi there. Yeah, I'll do that manually, so misclick that. Do not want to make a mistake during the draw. Okay, he is out. And completing this team will be Okay, interesting. Skyofall will complete that team. So our second team is out. To clarify once again, it is Shadow, Mamuzi, and Skyofall. Second team complete. Back to pot 1 for our third team. With the team captain of... Ooh, my good Habibi friend here. Very pro Twilight Flame player. It is Mr. Mamo. And Mr. Mamo's teammates will be... Mamo in chat with a smiley face. He's happy about getting picked. And it is Al Gans who's going to be Mamo's first teammate here. So we'll add Al Gans to Mamo's team. And finally, third player in this team will be... Mr. Apocalypse. Okay, not a Twilight Flame player. A good 1v1 player though, Mr. Apocalypse. Also from the Middle East as well, very nice guy. He will join Mamo's team, and that completes Mamo's lineup, which is himself, Al Gans, and Apocalypse. And I've just made a note of that. We shall continue. And the next team captain is going to be a fan. Okay, we will move a fan from this spin the wheel, and we find out who his team is going to be. And it is my teammate from the air tournament, Mr. Tensor GG, who is a bit of a dark horse. So we'll add Tensor to a fan's team. Tournament winner in the Twilight Flame Air Games. We'll see how he fares in the 50k Twilight Flame. Completing this team will be... recently relocated to the United States of America, it is Dan Arm. So Dan Arm will get removed now from pot 3, and he will join Afan and Tensor GG to complete that team. Actually, all very solid teams so far, I have to say. Right, pot 1, we shall continue. Next team captain is going to be... It is Massacre. And on Team Massacre, we will have Mr. Reznov, who is a very, very good player in 1v1 especially. Lacks a little bit of Twilight Flame experience, but maybe under Massacre's guidance there can become a bit of a beast. So let's now see who will complete this next team. Megatron says he's happy about his team. Okay. Completing will be Mr. Hun Mohammed, a very strong pot 3 contender there. So Hun Mohammed will now join Reznov and Massacre to complete that team. We are back to pot 1s. We're back to finding out our next team captain. We spin the wheel. Oh, and here we go. We have, as data shows it, the best 1v1 player of 2022 in Mr. Vivid. So Vivid is now out and selected in the draw, and his team will be... Kakaroto, who is a very, very solid Twilight Flame player, so he will go over to Team Vivid. We will make a note of that. Kakaroto. And completing this team will be... Oh, Mr. Lima. Now that is a very strong team. Quite inactive, I would say. All of this team, Vivid quite inactive too, but has the potential there to be actually beast level, those three. So Lima will complete Team Vivid. And we move on. We move on in this draw into our next pot 1. Carl says, oh my god, Mr. Vivid. Yes, I know. We'll see what Vivid contends with the 50k. It is Boring, aka Chicken, is the next team captain. And his team will be... Luffy, aka Abo Jugam. So Luffy will join Team Boring. Let's just make a note of that now. Where are you, Boring? There you are. Luffy goes on your team, and your third player in Team Boring is going to be Mr. Abuka from Kazakhstan, I believe. Yeah, solid player. He will join over to Team Boring. Thank you, Tawny Games, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Right, we continue. Lots of strong players. And it is Mr. Boyka from the United States of America. He is the next captain to be drawn out. And his teammate will be a fellow 10k player in SBL. So that's actually very interesting to see these two players team up together here. So SBL joins with Mr. Boyka, and their team 3, pot 3, sorry, player will be Vanko, decent player from Ukraine. So Vanko will join with SBL and Boyka. That team actually doesn't have massive Twilight Flame experience, but actually together could improve quite dramatically. So that is actually a very interesting team. That be curious to see how they get on throughout this tournament. So we'll go back to pot 1 and we'll find our next captain. And it is Mr. HSN Airlines himself, HSN Leb Hassan, as he is known as. He is the next captain out of the draw. His team will be someone he will be familiar with. It is Habash, aka Wizard, is going to be the first player to join Hassan's team. We'll make a note of that now. So Wizard goes underneath Team HSN Airlines, and their third in the team will be the game. So a very solid. I actually improved a lot, this guy, in 1v1 from the Russian community. The game will join Team Hassan. Will be up to, I would say, Hassan, though, to captain his team and try and raise the level of the two players he is with, but for sure they have potential. Wizard, top DEFCON player, decent in 1v1. The game, good 1v1 player. Okay, we continue. Pot 1. We shall draw the next team. Matt Larry says the Lebanon Highway for the win. Yeah. And it is Hacker. By name only, just to let you know, so don't start getting worried. So Hacker is next out of the draw. His team will be it's going to be close, this. It is actually Ruiz, who is a former World Series finalist. So Ruiz will go with Hacker. I'm repeating it to myself so I remember it as I write and make a note of it down. I apologise for the granny speed of this. And let's complete the team. Pot 3 being drawn. Is it going to be Call Me Sam? It is going to be Call Me Sam, completing that team. So we remove Call Me Sam and we add Call Me Sam to Team Hacker. We continue. We get in there. Ooh, strong player this. Going to be a good captain. I'm sure a lot of players will hope they get drawn with Tobirama. So Tobirama is out of pot 1. His team will be... Mr. GNX, who has been spamming quite a few Twilight Flames lately. So Twilight Flame 50k will be something he needs to definitely spam as well, and I'm sure will be encouraged to spam by Tobirama. And the third player in this team will be Tommy. Okay, very strong team that actually, with GNX there as well. So Tommy will complete Team Tobirama, and that is another team completed in the draw. Questions in the chat. Can we give dozers to mates via neutron shells? Yes, you can. And Milad says, nice Team Hacker. Yeah. All right, let's continue. Ah, we have one of the two Bloodies here. It is Bloody AFF, aka Fady, as many of you will know him as. So he's going to be the next team captain. With Fady will be... Oh, interesting. Staz. I'm sure Fady will be happy about that. So Staz, not really regarded as a team player, but just on 1v1 ability alone, you'd say has huge potential. So we'll see how Fady can sort of direct there and help Staz get accustomed to TF50k. And their third player in the team will be... Jackie Daniels. Played a few games with him the other night. Very solid player as well. That is a very good team, that. So Jack Daniels completes Team Fady. I'm sure Fady surely will be happy with that. And that is another team complete in the draw. Let's continue back to pot 1. Still some massive names to come out of this draw yet. Got Big Size lurking around, Mr. Marikar. But it is going to be Jiraiya. So Jiraiya is the next player out of pot 1. His teammates will be Zane, who I'm sure he'll know well, so there's going to be a bit of synergy there. Zane and Jiraiya will be forming a team in this tournament. And their third player, I'm actually really hyped by this. These teams are already looking ridiculously juicy. The third player is going to be Relic, who I would say regards himself more as a team player, an old school player as well. And Relic will join Team Jiraiya. So let's add Relic to that team. And we carry on. Back to pot 1. Oh, and it is Seri next out of the hat. Absolute beast, actually, in Twilight Flame, and specifically 50k. So Seri will now find out who he is going to captain. From pot 2, Seri's teammate will be Dabash. That is strong. That is strong. So Dabash is going to join Team Seri. And the third player in this team will be Nemirian. Okay, so a very good 1v1 player. Definitely needs to learn the ropes in Twilight Flame, but under Seri, I'm sure we'll get that guidance. So Nemirian joins Seri and Dabash in that team. Alright, we carry on. And the names are starting to look more scarce. Let's see who is next. And it is the other Bloody. It is Bloody Legend. Next out of the hat. And his team will be Rob, actually, who is a solid Twilight Flame player. I find it'd be interesting how to get hold of him, though, because I tend to find it difficult to get hold of Rob. But Rob is a very, very solid player, actually. So he will be joining Bloody Legend. So we'll add him to Bloody Legend's team, Mr. Rob. And completing this team will be Pepsi from the United States of America. So Mr. Pepsi will join Bloody Legend and Rob to complete that team. We'll add Pepsi in. The teams are forming, guys. I'm looking at my notepad here. The teams are forming. Let's continue. Next out is going to be just Miss Jazza there. It's going to be Mez. Next out into the draw. His team will be oh, this is strong. This is strong. Bodoga is going to be joining Team Mez. So let's find Mez and add Bodoga to that team. I've been saying that a lot already. Strong team, strong team, strong team. It bodes well. And yeah, the third player is going to be Exile. Okay. I think he's self-confessed not played any Twilight Flame 50k games, but you would say has the game knowledge and potential to very much improve. And he's definitely got two very solid players in that team. So that will complete Team Mez. We carry on. And it is Mr. Tomstep, arguably top 5, or within the top 5 players as of right now in 1v1. Has been starting to play a little bit of Twilight Flame himself as well. He is now going to be a team captain. And in his team will be Zero, so not King Zero, but Zero will join Mr. Tumstep. And the third player, complete Team Tumstep will be, or Timstep as we are hearing he's called lately. Will be Mazen 112. So I call him Roll's mate, Rolls Habibi. Good player from Jordan, so Mazen will complete Team Tumstep. That's actually an interesting team, that. So Mazen will go in to Tumstep's team. That is locked in. Okay, let's continue. And we have big name just been drawn here. It is Mr. Marakar. Team Marakar now about to be formed. His teammates will be oh, it is Virus. Virus, very solid player. And I'm sure that's going to create quite a stir. So Virus joins Team Marakar in what is looking like a very good team. Let's see who and what the final lineup will look like here as we draw hot 3 player to join Team Marakar. And it is Brocky Wocky, blocker from the Russian community. I would say quite green in the Twilight Flame scene. Not seen him play a massive amount of Twilight Flame, but under Marakar's guidance, you would think that that would be still a very strong team. So let's carry on as we go to back to pot 1. We have Mr. Peace Lover. Yeah, aka Merry. So Team Peace Lover is now about to be formed. And in Team Peace Lover, we are going to have Depresso. Okay, Depresso, very solid player. Going to join Team Peace Lover. And the third player in this team will be Aksu. Okay, so that is going to be the completion of Team Peace Lover. And we carry on with still big size to be picked. Dominator, Yami Sukahiro, Mocha, lots of big names in here. Sniper, Zombies, yeah, Jazza, lots of big names to come out of pot 1 yet. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be Granny Hummy. Is it? No, it's not going to be Granny Hummy. It's going to be Farco, aka Mark. So Team Farco now is about to be formed. And with Farco is going to be King Zero. I see some good synergy there, actually. So those players definitely are acquainted with each other. So King Zero will join Farco. Got to be careful how you say that. And the third player on this team will be Odin, arguably one of the strongest players in pot 3. So Odin will join Team Farco to produce another tasty lineup right there. Quick question from Sam, who says, how do I contact my team? Most people have put their Discord in the topic, so yeah, you should be able to get hold of your team that way. Right, let's carry on. So pot 1. And it is Jazza next out the hat. Sorry for sorry. Pot 1 for pot 1. Jazza is now next out of the draw. His team will be I Was Expert. So Jazza will be teamed with I Was Expert. So let's find Jazza. There he is. I Was Expert goes with Jazza. And the third player in this team will be Dutch Smurf. Okay, so Dutch Smurf will now go to Team Jazza. And Revenger says, am I there? Couldn't find my name. If your name's not there, it means you're in the second tournament, basically. Yep, so thanks for asking and thanks for confirming that. So, yep, you will have a chance to play, but that will be in the second tournament, which we'll make a topic for in due course. Okay, let's continue with pot 1. It is going to be Real, who I've actually been very impressed with lately. I think he's playing very well, and he is going to captain a team in this tournament. The first player in Team Real is going to be Mr. Malik. Yeah, already 2 very good players there going together. I mean, I've been saying that throughout this draw, which tells me that this is going to be one tasty tournament. And the third player in this team will be Mr. Artimillion. Okay, so a good 10k player. Needs to learn the ropes though in Twilight Flame, but he has been assigned to 2 very good players there. So Artimillion will join Team Real. So Team Real gets completed with Artimillion. Okay, we move on. Only a few names left now. Let's get back to pot 1. As we now draw Mr. Zombies out of pot 1, aka Saudi Pro. So Zombies is now out of pot 1. His team will be Agent Akira, very solid player in pot 2 here. So Agent Akira does team up with Zombies. And the third player in this team will be very nice team, will be Stella. So Stella, aka Status, Discord name, will join up with Zombies and Agent Akira to complete the next team. Okay, we carry on. We are back to pot 1. Logica says, who has Size got on his team? Hold your horses, Logica. We've not got there yet. Size has not been drawn yet. But we have drawn Mr. Humanity. So Granny Hummy is now out of the pot. And he will captain Aurora, who is a very solid Twilight Flame player, so he will be assigned to Humanity. And the third player in this team will be Mr. Youssef. Okay, so Youssef will complete Team Humanity. And we will add that in right now. So Humanity's team is locked in. Dutch Smurf says, do we play through Game Ranger or use something else? Well, from my experience, I find Radmin presents the best sort of speed, really. So, yeah, I would recommend you go for Radmin, but if Game Ranger works for you, that's fine as well. Okay, let's carry on. So pot 1. And it is another big name to be drawn. It is Team Dominator, and his team will be Cog Weapon, who won't be known by the 10k players, but is actually a very, very solid 50k player. So Cog Weapon will be assigned to Team Dominator, and the third player in this team will be Biggie. Okay, so Team Dominator has been completed, and that is Dominator, Cog Weapon, and Biggie. Okay, we have our final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 captains left. Abdullah says this team's going to be juicy. Yeah? Do not disagree. And it is now going to be Team Max. So Team Max, with Max now to be taken out of pot 1, his team will be Max and Mark. Very interesting, this. Max and Mark are going to be teamed together. So let's add Mark to Team Max. And the third player in this team will be Vanilla Gorilla. Okay, interesting team that. Definitely an interesting team. So Vanilla Gorilla goes on to Team Max. And we carry on with our next pot 1 player. Is it going to be Mocha or is it going to be Big Size? It's going to be Mr. Mocha, and the old school Wahash Habibi. Yeah, Mr. Mocha. His team will be ooh, this is actually quite a juicy team. Big Ganja is going to be teaming up with Mr. Mocha. So let's add Ganja to Team Mocha. There he is. Big Ganji. And completing this team. It's going to be... Yes, it is. It's Dark 9 competing Team Mocha. Okay, interesting lineup that. So, Dark 9 will be assigned to Ganja and Mocha. That's, yeah, that team's got potential. Definitely got potential, that team. Right. Yeah, Dark 9 says Ganja and Mocha very strong, and that's before you realise you were in it. So there you go. I'm sure you're going to be happy with your team there, Dark 9. Okay, it is Mr. Big Size drawn out of the hat. So Big Size will be teamed with ooh, he gets a good player here. Big Size and Itachi to be teamed together. So let's put Itachi with Big Size, who's at the top of my notepad there. And yeah, completing this team, we are going to have Mr. Antipro. Okay, Anti. Very nice indeed. I know he'll be absolutely delighted to be teamed with Big Size there. So Antipro, Big Size, and Itachi will form a team. All right, we're down to our last 4 teams, guys. Grimlock says very happy. I'm glad you are. Dark 9 is very happy as well. And it is Mr. Milad as the next captain out of pot 1. And his team will be... Ooh, he'll be happy with this. He will be happy with this, Mr. Milad. I can see you smiling there. Potcher will be joining Mr. Milad. So I'm sure there's a bit of synergy there. So Potcher and Milad. And completing this team, we will have... Tawny Games. What a strong team that is. So Tawny Games will join Team Milad. And I'm sure Tawny Games is happy with that as well. We have our final 3 pot 1s. Let's see. Yamisuka Hero, Sniper, or Gara. And it looks like it's going to be Gara, who is another streamer, by the way. So make sure you check out his channel if you like Twilight Flame. So with Gara it will be Machiavelli, Lift Truck, or Moon Knight. It is going to be Mr. Machiavelli. Milad is smiling in the chat. Machiavelli is going to go with Gara. Solid 3v3 player Machiavelli, with potential to be very good in Twilight Flame as well. Completing this team, it is going to be Dr. Goldfish, who should really be in his element in 50k. Known as being a free-for-all player, loves the late game scenario, and is now teamed up with Gara and Machiavelli. I can see that being a good team, actually. Also on the communication as well. Yep, we're all syncing up. We've got 2 players left in each pot, so let's do it. And second to last team captain will be Yami Sukahiro. And on his team will be... Ironic here is going to be Moon Knight teaming with Yami Sukahiro. Very interesting that, so they definitely have some synergy there. So Yami and Moon Knight are going to team together, and completing this team will be Moon Knight in the chat saying give me Yami, you just got him. Will be FRS to complete this team, which means our final team will be, and let's do it, Team Sniper. We don't need to do the draw. Teaming with Lift Truck. So let's find Sniper. We will add in Lift Truck. And the final name in that team will be Pogger. That is a good team. I'm sure Sniper will be happy with that team as well. Lift Truck good in 1v1. Needs to have a bit of a boot camp in Twilight Flame, but I'm sure Sniper will give him that. So that is our completed lineup there, guys. So very, very nice indeed. So I will close a few tabs here, and I will now draw those teams into the bracket. So the bracket is now set up. These are all randomized. So we'll adjust these accordingly. As I draw the teams out, I will place them from top to bottom to get the all-exciting moment of finding out who is going to be playing who. So let's start. Without further ado, the first team to join this $4,000 32 team bracket is going to be Team Hacker. So Team Hacker will be moved up to the top of this bracket. Oops. We move him there. There you go, guys. Team Hacker has been moved to the top of the bracket. That was actually my one nervy moment. If that bit didn't work, I'd have been like, oh dear, but that worked, so that's perfect. Right, let's find out who will be facing Team Hacker in round 1. Oh, what a juice lineup this is. It is Team Tobirama to be facing Team Hacker in round number 1. So let's find Tobirama. There he is. We need to move him up. And that team will be facing off in the first pair of the bracket. Okay, let's carry on. And just below them is going to be Team Peace Lover. So Team Peace Lover is going to go into slot 3. Where's Team Peace Lover? It is. Team Peace Lover goes into slot 3. They will be facing Team Marika. Okay, so very interesting face-off there. Team Marika go up against Team Peace Lover. That is the first 4 sections of the bracket complete. Next out is going to be Team Jiraiya. So Team Jiraiya will go into, there they are, slot 5. They are going to be facing Team Big Size by the look of it. Is this top half of the bracket looking stacked to you? What do you think, guys? So Big Size going up against Team Jiraiya. There's Team Big Size. Completing 6 slots. We continue. His Team Bloody Legend is going to be next out of the draw. Okay. Bloody Legend is there, very helpfully. Going to go into slot 7. He's going to go up against Team... Is it going to be Team Boyka? It is going to be Team Boyka. Okay. The Team Boyka against Team Legend. Next out. Where is Mr. Boyka? There he is. Team Boyka against Team Legend. Been moved. Very nice. We continue. And it is Team Fady. Team Bloody FF is next out, and I saw them somewhere. There they were. Gonna go underneath Team Boyka there. Team Fady will be facing will be facing Team Boring. Okay. So we remove Team Boring. Boring will go up against Team Fady. We've nearly completed the first half of the bracket here, guys. Next out is going to be Team Dominator. To me, this is looking like a real stacked bracket. This, so we're gonna have a lot of epic sets here. The Team Dominator goes under Team Boring, and Team Dominator will be facing Team Massacre. Okay. Interesting face-off we have there. So Team Massacre against Team Dominator. Where is Team Massacre? There it is. And that is locked in. Right, we continue. And it is Team Hassan Airlines. Yes, it is. HSN Leb team next out of the draw. There is HSN Leb going below Team Massacre. And facing them will be Team Shadow. Okay. Very nice indeed. So Team Shadow against Team HSN Leb. There it is. Okay, so we now have to draw out after Team Shadow. So and it's gonna be Team, is it Team Mark? No, it is Team Yami Sukahiro that is next out of the bracket. Team Yami Sukahiro will go under Team Shadow. And this is about to complete the top half of the draw. So who is going to go up against Team Yami Sukahiro? It is going to be Team, by the look of it, Mocha. Yes, Team Mocha goes up against Team Yami Sukahiro. And we move Mocha up. And that is the first half of the bracket done. And it's looking very tasty indeed. Let's complete the second half of this bracket. And it is sorry for sorry. It's Team Jazza who's going to be at the top of the bottom half of the bracket, if that makes sense. So Jazza, Team Jazza is now next out. Very nice. And they will be facing they will be facing Team Farco. Okay, Team Mark, Team Farco will be going up against Team Jazza. And that is locked in. Okay, we continue. Okay, it is Team Milad next out of the draw here. Arguably, potentially one of the early favourites. We shall see. They are now locked in this bracket. And they will be going up against Team Gara. That is actually a very, very tasty round one match there indeed. So Team Gara goes up against Team Milad. And we continue. Yeah, says, how do I pronounce mocha compared to mocha? Just like that. And it is Team Sniper next out of the bracket. So Team Sniper will get locked in under Team Gara. They will be going up against Team Afan. Okay, Team Afan. There's Team Afan there. Oh, already in the perfect position. Perfect. So Afan against Team Sniper. And next out is going to be Team Seri Seri. Team Seri. Next into the brackets. They shall be going up against, looking like Team Humanity here. It is Team Humanity going up against Team Seri. But that is actually quite ironic that they're very good friends there. So yeah, facing off into each other into round 1. Out of this draw, it is going to be Team Mamo. Team Mamo will be facing Team Mez. Okay, Mamo versus Mez in round number 1. Next up, Team Max. Yes, it is. It is Team Max. Going to be the next team out of this bracket. And they will be going up against... It is very much Team Real. So Team Real against Team Max. Right, 4 more teams to lock in position to complete the bracket. And it's going to be Team Vivid, is it? Or Team Zombies? Team Vivid, just Team Vivid. And they're already in the perfect position. Thank you, Vivid. Your opponent will be Team Naruto. So Naruto against Team Vivid for a round number 1 there. Which means the final lineup will be Team Tumstep against Team Saudi Pro. We'll just draw so we know which one is going to be above. That could make a difference as we go into the bracket. And it is going to be Team Tumstep on top of the bracket there, which is actually what it is. So this bracket is now locked in, complete, and that is our team of, or our bracket of 32 teams and 96 players fighted out all the way to the end for the grand prize. So yeah, we'll get this bracket sort of posted online with an arrangement topic, hopefully tonight, but if not within the next day, and then you guys can start arranging your games. But before you do, I would like to jump into 0 hour here and just give you a tour of pro rules with the AOD. Now I may have to change my screen share here, so let me just bear with me, guys. I'm gonna potentially change my screen share. Yep. Apologies for that, for cutting you off there. I think I might have done, Sahil. But I would definitely like to just give you guys a little tour on the AOD of the pro rules, really. So I'm just checking you guys are still with me. Yes, you are. Okay, so let's jump in. And basically do a reveal at the same time. So the map you will be playing on is going to be the original Twilight Flame. Dun dun dun. Yeah, so I know there was a lot of thought of what is it going to be, what is it going to be. But with a little bit of back and forth, we've agreed that you will be playing on the original Twilight Flame. Simply because there's not been a tournament of this magnitude, really, with this mix of teams, with this format of spin the wheel. on the original TF. So, as I say, this tournament will be on the original map. So that's the, if you like, the first announcement. The second announcement is just to now take you through what we mean by no AOD at the oils with a limit of 2. So I'm going to use my Chinook to give you guys a little tour of the map here. So we'll firstly start with the oil section. So when it's a limit of 2 basically bunkers, fire bases, patriots, stingers, not tunnels, remember, your area is essentially from here all the way to there. So you've got an option of placing like 2 fire bases, one here, or 2 bunkers, one here, something like that. But that is your sort of line. And for clarification, and we did mention this earlier in the stream, that is for your team total. So it's not that you can put 2 bunkers here and then your mate can put 2 bunkers here and then the other guy can put 2 bunkers here. No, it's to your team total. And that is the same, of course, on this side. So from this area here all the way to here. However, if you decide to do some rushy and you rush your opponent's oil, you can actually place down multiple in an aggressive sense. So it is only AOD at your own oils. Likewise, if we come now to the entrances, we are only allowed 2 AD by the entrances as well. So that basically accounts for this surface area here to here, and including if you put something up there. So essentially anything that's in range of that choke is counting as an AOD. Now I know people in the build up to this have said to me, we want lines so that they can put like 200 turrets the other side of the line. Essentially, I wouldn't take the risk because as you already know, breaking pro rules will result in an auto loss. So I wouldn't even try and you know, be cheeky with the rules in that sense. You're limited to 2 EMPs or 2 laser patriots, 2 bunkers, whatever you want to do in that location there, as well as the middle entrance and ramp here. So only 2 on either side or in the middle. You know, not 2 here, not 2 here. It is literally 2. And the same there. And it goes for the opponent side as well. So, yeah, if you're in the down spot, same rules applies. Having said that, in your own base, so up here, and, you know, if you're making secondary economy, knock yourself out. You can make as many Patriots defenses in this area as well as you like, and you can make as many as you like in your opponent's base. So if you decide to drop about 5 EMPs, for example, on your opponent's base here, you can make as many as you like. So that, I hope, gives you guys a little bit more clarification on what we mean by no AOD with a limit of 2 structures per team, not including tunnels. Tunnels can be unlimited. And Kyle says no new map but still excited. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's going to be a real hype. We've already seen some massively strong teams there. I don't know which way to call it. I think they're just very interesting teams. I think a lot of it is going to rely on who within their teams raises the potential of their team. So, you know, if teams practice, I think, you know, almost every team there has a chance to go very deep into this tournament. But yeah, I think I've basically covered what I wanted to show really with the no AOD, and yeah. All I will say is, if you've made 2 here, you are allowed to make 2 here as well. So, you know, don't sort of freak out that you can only make 2 across the whole section. You can make 2 here, but I'd say your limit is about there. So from there to your oil is where you've got options to make 2 bunkers really. So yeah, I think I've covered most things there. So as I said at the start, huge shout out to Oxygen and LK. I will be the referee throughout this. I'm not playing in it, so I'll be doing my best to keep my eye on all the sets and any potential circumstances that arise in the sets. And yeah, as I said at the start, if you have not seen your name, do not fear, because you will be entered into the second tournament as well. So yeah, I think that's it. Have I missed anything? I don't think so.
Great.
Don't think so.
Excal,
Yep.
thank you for stream in Discord.
Ah, you're welcome.
See you.
That's
Goodbye.
that's Mr. Sahil. So goodbye to Mr. Sahil, and huge shout out to Mr. Sahil. He will be presenting a lot of this as well. So yeah, you guys need to make sure you get over to his channel, because I'm sure you'll see a lot of the exciting sets there as well. Okay, thank you, Mr. Sahil. Take care.
See you.
Right, well, that is Sahil off, and if Sahil is off, I think we are basically there. I'm happy to sign out as well. So hopefully I've answered as many questions as possible. Andres says there's no special TF. Correct, it is the same TF. Dutch Smurf says, when will we schedule the games? Good point. I will actually just answer that. So you guys need to await for the arrangement topic on GameReplays.org. That is where the bracket will be posted. The challenge bracket that we just created there. So wait for that topic. When that topic is live, you can start organising your games. But I would recommend in the meantime, you do two things, and that is to, one, find your team. So they will have Discords, find your team, and how to say, remind yourself or acquaint yourself with the pro rules. So yeah, I think that is everything for now. So I will leave it here actually. But I wish you guys a fantastic tournament. I'm really excited about it. Hope it all goes very well, and I can't wait to start seeing some of the sets. So take care, good luck from me, and I will see you in the arrangement topic on Game Replays very soon. Take care.